Mm-mm, mm-mm. Happy Monday, 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 happy Monday. I am officially live. Welcome back to my Monday live streams. Hey. Again, I missed last week because Kimmy was in town, but I'm back this week. I'm happy to be back. These are really fun. So I'm super stoked to chat with y'all this week. Yeah. Hope you guys had a great week last week and are having a great Monday. I know a lot has been happening in the world, so hopefully we can just have some fun in this live stream. Yeah, it's craziness. But that's all right. It happens. That's life. But did I have fun? Of course I had fun. Yeah, I was it was a lot. We did a lot. Kimmy, we wanted to do a lot. She had, I think, 5 days in town. And we did Magic Kingdom, which is a video you'll see I think soon. I don't know when that one's coming out because a couple of things are time sensitive, so maybe this Friday it'll be out. We did Epcot the first day, which you guys already saw, which was, I mean, we went ham at Epcot. Hey, welcome. We went ham at Epcot. I mean, basically open to close. You didn't, in the video of my Epcot video, I think it was 2 videos ago. You didn't see all the rides, but we went on every single ride but Mission Space because that ride makes me sick. But it was her first time here at Disney, and if you know anything about me, you know that's my favorite thing to do is take newbies to the Disney parks. And her being my best friend for, oh gosh, like 7 years now, we had never gone to Disney together. We were trying to go have a girls' trip to Disneyland in 2020, but obviously we all know how that ended up. So this is our first time going to Disney together, and she was like, I get to go with a pro. I'm like, yes, this is what I live for. It is, and I don't care. I'm proud of it. But I was able to show her Epcot, which was my home park when I worked there. If you don't know, I used to work at Epcot as a PhotoPass photographer. So we did a lot of PhotoPass photos. I get PhotoPass as part of my annual pass now. It was only like an extra $10 for the entire year for my annual pass to add on the PhotoPass package. So I was like, sure, I love, I love interacting with PhotoPass. It's so fun. But we went on every single ride, and then we ate at Garden Grill. If you don't know about Garden Grill, it's a restaurant in the Land Pavilion. Fantastic. It turns slowly, not fast. If you've ever been to Seattle, the Space Needle, the top of the Space Needle, the restaurant turns just like that. Which I'm originally from the Seattle area, if you didn't know. But so that was really cool. And it's a character meet and greet. So I kind of didn't tell her where we were eating or anything. I just kind of like made reservations for the week or the couple days we were at Disney. And she loved it. We loved it. It was such a good experience. I had never been. It's a restaurant I've always wanted to go to, but had never been. And I absolutely loved it. The characters were so fun. I filmed a lot, but there's a lot I didn't film just because we wanted to spend time together, obviously. But we were just having a blast. It was a really good visit. So we went to Epcot the first day. Oh, and then Ratatouille. Our last ride of the night was Ratatouille, and we got done with dinner at like 7:30, and the park closed at 9. So we were like, okay, let's just go over to France, ride Ratatouille. Will be great, and then we'll leave a little early. She didn't really care about the fireworks, so I was like, great, let's just ride the ride and head on out. So we go get in line, and it was a long line. Like I said, about an hour wait. We're like, okay, no biggies. Like once we get inside, at least there'll be AC. It was very hot. It was a heat wave last week here in Florida. So it was like, I mean, we were both sweating our faces off, but we were doing it. We were like, we're here. We're gonna get her money's worth. But the ride went down like, twice as we were in line, and we were like, I can't not have her ride this ride. It's like the literal last ride on our list. We even went on Cosmic Rewind twice because we got in the virtual queue, and then we paid the extra for the Lightning Lane because we're like, she loves Guardians. Her and her husband love Guardians of the Galaxy. So I was like, this is awesome roller coaster. Like, let's do it. So we ended up doing that twice. So we got literally everything else done. But yeah, Ratatouille, we waited about an hour and 45 minutes. We were there past. I know, right? Ratatouille is so fun. We waited past park close, basically. So it was, we were so, I mean, so tired. I think I took almost 25,000 steps that day. We were just fried, but it was just like, we were accomplished. It was great. But we ended up going on Ratatouille. So that was fine. We did get on it, which I've been to Disneyland Paris before they brought it to here. So I love that ride. It's so cute. It's literally like a carbon copy of the one in Paris. So she, of course, I told her about it a couple years ago when we went to Paris. Um, and so she's so excited to go on it. So we finally went on it, and she was like, "Oh, it was like literally her favorite besides Cosmic Rewind of the entire park." So it was worth the almost 2-hour wait for the ride. Yeah, luckily she's like such a trooper with things, and she's in good spirits, hence we're like best friends. But so we did Epcot. We were exhausted. Saturday we ended up going to the beach and having dinner. We kind of slept in, hung out by my pool at my house, recuperated, and then had dinner with my husband. We went out to New Smyrna and had some dinner. And then Sunday we decided she wanted to go to SeaWorld. So we just got annual passes to SeaWorld because I love the roller coasters. And the SeaWorld passes are cool because you get guest passes for free, which none of the other parks, like we have passes to Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld. But SeaWorld has guest passes. So I was able to get her in for free, which is awesome. So we just went in the evening time because we weren't trying to go crazy. We were very tired still. But we rode Pipeline, the new coaster. I was finally able to. I did not film because I didn't know how much we'd get on because it was kind of cloudy and rainy. So I didn't film because sometimes SeaWorld's hard to film in, but we were just mobbing SeaWorld. But we finally got to go on Pipeline, which you don't know what Pipeline is. It's the world's first surf coaster. So it's supposed to simulate like surfing and you're on a surfboard. It was really fun, really fun. Totally different ride experience than I've ever experienced in my entire life. I've been surfing multiple times, so like I love the vibe. Such a Florida vibe. Um, but yeah, Pipeline was awesome. We went on, I think, every roller coaster there but Icebreaker, because by the time we got around to Icebreaker, they were closing the coasters down for the fireworks. But that was fine. She was like, I don't really care about Icebreaker. I was like, okay, cool. So we ended up mobbing through SeaWorld that night. And then the very next day, we went to Magic Kingdom, which was her last day in town. And I'm not going to say so much because that video hasn't come out yet. That'll be I think that'll be Friday's video. But yeah, Magic didn't go as planned, but we still had fun. I'm not going to go into detail. We can talk about that next week after you guys see the video. But yeah, she was super excited for Magic. One thing she said about Epcot is it wasn't very themed. Like she's really used to Disneyland because of the West Coast. Right now she's in San Diego for work and stuff because her husband's in the Navy. But yeah, she was so used to like Disneyland's like because it's smaller and it's themed different. So I always take people to Epcot first because I feel like um going to Epcot after Magic sometimes can be a letdown because of the lack of theming. She loved the World Showcase, which was awesome. But when she went to Magic, she's like, now this is the Disney that I know. So that was really cool. And she loved the big castle, which I feel like everybody loves. And it was so cool for her to see all the differences between rides. Like I was telling her, like, oh, Space Mountain here is different. Still Space Mountain, but it's different. Just like all the little nuances between the West Coast and the East Coast parks. So she was like, wow, I finally understand. She's like, I just want to walk around and look at everything because this park is so big. So she loved New Fantasyland. Well, I call it New Fantasyland, like the new part, the newer, it's not really new anymore. The newer part of Fantasyland, where like the Little Mermaid stuff is and Be Our Guest is and stuff. We didn't eat at Be Our Guest. We didn't eat at Be Our Guest. We couldn't find reservations for that day, which was not good, but it's okay. I'm not gonna tell you what we ate. You have to watch the video on Friday, but we had a really fun time with her visit. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot in the few days she was here. I think when she left, she was exhausted and I was exhausted, but we definitely jam-packed her trip in to try to do everything we could while she was down here in the Central Florida area. But she's like, I love it here. she really wanted to go to the beach more, so next time we'll probably take an actual day to go to the beach. But yeah, but it was cute. It was really funny. We went to New Smyrna, um, and there's like this one step down to like go into like the sand, go to the shore. And right now there just happens to be like a sea turtle nest, like literally blocking the bottom of the stairs as you come off the stairs, like right there. And they rope it off and stuff so you can't, you can't stand there. She's like, wow, that's really inconvenient. And I was like, yeah, I mean the turtles don't care. Oh, it was just such a funny thing. She's like, "Oh yeah, I guess that's true." I was like, "Yeah, the turtles do not care where they lay their eggs." Um, but it was, is it eggs? I think nest, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Where they like have their little babies. Um, but yeah, it was really funny. But yeah, it was so fun. We had a blast. And then Blaine's parents are in town right now. We went to St. Augustine today, which we had never been. I didn't film today either, just because it's so hot out right now. It's very warm, and we kind of just we rushed a lot of things, which was totally fine. We just wanted to kind of see everything. We didn't really go into. We had lunch and stuff, and then walked around. Um, but that was kind of about it. So we'll go back and do more than an in-depth tour of St. Augustine, and I'll show you guys around because it is really cute up there, down there, up there, up. It's up. It's up from where I am. I'm like, where is it? Up. But yeah, so we've been hanging out with Blaine's family. So it's like back-to-back visitors, which is fun because I love getting to see our friends and family from the West Coast. But y'all, I am too tired. That sunshine just zippy zaps your energy. And we've been eating out a lot because we were like doing things. And my tummy is not a happy camper right now. So is my camera about to die? Hold on. I don't know. It's being weird though. Things are popping up on my camera. Hold on. If it dies, I'll start another stream. No. Okay. It stopped. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't die. It's charged. You know how technology can be. But yeah, so my tummy's a little mad, but I'm like definitely gonna eat salads the next few days to try to even it all out. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry if it was TMI, but I'm like when you go on vacation, you don't eat your home cooked meals anymore, and you just have. I just feel like everybody puts so much salt in things, and like I don't put salt in my food at home. So I mean, I put a little bit when I'm cooking, but not like a ton. And I mean, because it tastes good. Don't get me wrong, but oh yeah, I have been neglecting my TikTok lately. Thanks for joining me, Theme Park Days. It's so cool to see you on a different platform. It's funny because I do see you on y'all interact on my TikTok a lot. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely some short content stuff that I'm like, I have it in like my drafts, and I just literally keep forgetting to post it on my TikTok. I literally have it. So I'll have to post one tonight. Thank you for actually coming on here, Theme Park Days, because I keep forgetting to post. I'm trying to do all three platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And I love doing it all, but it's just like I focus on one at a time, I feel like, and then I neglect the other two. And TikTok, I don't know. I'm more of like a Reels on Instagram person, but I think TikTok's a whole different world. And I feel like I don't know. I like all of it. I do love all of it. I think it's like really cool community. So I definitely need to like spend time. I just need to like map my week out and actually like, plan time for each thing. But I will post more Theme Park Days. Thank you. Yeah. They said we are the opposite. We definitely neglect YouTube. I think our last video was like 2 years ago, not counting reels. It's funny. I know. I like really started to go hard on my channel. I'm just a video person. Did I stop streaming? Am I still live? Yeah. Why did I don't know. My phone. I had it on my phone just as a. Okay, cool. Just checking. My phone just like did something weird, and I was like, okay, never mind. Okay, cool. Just checking. I was like, why did my phone stop? It's like how I check if I'm still streaming, but I also have it here. I was just doing all three today, but no, but I just was like, I'm, my profession is videography, so like I love making videos. I've been making them since high school, so I kind of err on the more And it's not like the YouTube videos are hard to make. They're not. They're just fun. But yeah, I need to work on my short form content a lot better. But you get it. It's a thing. But um yeah, I also make like really dorky TikToks, and I feel like you could theme park days, you guys get my humor, and I know you do because you all I swear every time I'm like, wow, I'm such a dork. You're like, oh, I'm like, well, at least I have like-minded people who will laugh at my ridiculousness. Um, so I do appreciate you guys. I know I have kindred spirits in this world, and I appreciate it. That's what I love so much about social media and platforms and stuff like this. Is it's like, um, Beach Girl 0668. I grew up with your daughter and don't really get to see you guys anymore because I'm down in Florida. But you guys are you and Courtney are such, loyal people to watch my channel, which is fantastic. And I love you guys. Theme Park Days, I've never met you, but I feel like we would be like best buds if we met in person. And you do 100% get my humor, which is awesome. It makes me feel less alone in this world. Um, and then just everybody else that comes on here that I don't know. It's just like so cool. To kind of get to know you guys and you to get to know me, and we can be dorks together and love Disney and yeah, vibe out together when it comes to just living life. Um Wait, you're here for the first time, like ever. You've never been to Disney World. I'm gonna wait for this response. You will be in a few, like, but it's your first time ever. Goodness gracious. Ah. Well, you should DM me because I'd love to if you guys want tips or anything, or to meet up. But I know that might be weird, but I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm here all the time. I know, internet's sketchy. When you were kids, it was like, don't talk to people on the internet. And now I'm like, I feel like I make all my friends on the internet. But no, if you guys want anything, oh yeah, I would love to meet you guys. DM me. DM me. That's awesome. Nice. That's gonna be so fun. You're gonna love it. Do you have a costume? They're doing Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, if you don't know what that is. Or don't tell me. I'll wait for your video. I'll wait for your stuff. It's fine. But just tell me, do you have a costume? You don't have to tell me what costume you have. I don't want to spoil a surprise. Ooh, excuse me, I have the hiccups. We have very light bounds. It's too Yes, thank you. I'm trying to be that like trendy creator that like puts outfits together and like looks good, but all I do, I just put my hair up in a ponytail or a bun, and then I just wear like t-shirts because it's so freaking hot here. I had a oh, you're doing costumes for Oogie Googie, like real costumes for Oogie Boogie. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a lot cooler when you guys go back to California and go to Oogie Boogie. And congrats on getting Oogie Boogie Bash tickets too, because I know that was a feat this year apparently. Um but yeah, I try to be that cool creator that like looks cute, and I'm just like, no. I was gonna be a version of Ariel this year, and I got the costume last year, and then the hurricane. I missed my Mickey's Not So Scary. It was on my birthday last year, and I was super sad. But the hurricane came through, and we just couldn't leave. There's too much debris around our house, which is totally fine. But I was gonna wear it for this year, and it included like a red wig, like an actual Ariel wig, and I'm just like, mm-mm. The third time was the charm. My goodness, Disneyland's just popping off with Oogie Boogie Bash. I mean, it looks awesome. I've never been, but it looks amazing. I went to the Halloween party that used to be at Disneyland for my birthday. Like, I think I turned 20. Wow, that's a long time ago. Was I 20? Yeah, I wasn't 21. Yeah, I was 20 for my 20th birthday. Um, Whatever it was. Was it Mickey's Not So Scary then too? But I was Ariel then too. It's a theme. I just like being Ariel. But no, I literally was like talking to Kimmy when she was here, and I was like, I don't think I can wear this wig. Like, I'm gonna die. Oh, it was just Mickey's Halloween party. Yeah. Yeah. But let me know what you think about. I mean, I'll watch your content, but let me know if what Oogie Boogie, because because Kimmy lives in San Diego, so I'd love to fly down in the future if she's, they'll be there for a few years. They're stationed there for a bit. So I know I have somebody to stay with. And driving up wouldn't be hard, but yeah, yeah, but I'm not being Ariel anymore. I said, nope, no wig for me. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. Not, no, sir. No. But I won't tell you what I'm gonna be. But Blaine's gonna be it with me. But it's really cute and shouldn't be too hot, so that's good. But the costume is polyester, but it's like, I don't know, it's cute. I saw it on Amazon and I was like, Kimmy, should I do this? She's like, yeah, that's so cute. And I was like, you don't have to convince me. So I bought it. But it's really cute. I'm very excited. It's one of my favorite characters growing up, and it's not a princess. It's very rare that I don't dress up as a princess for Halloween. So usually it's Ariel. Even though I used to play Belle, so I'm like, why wouldn't I dress up? I think that's why I don't dress up as Belle, because I used to do that. Not at Disney. It was at a little shop in my hometown in Washington. But I was like a party princess. That was my first job because that was cool. You know. I got made fun of so much growing up for that, but I'm like, whatever. I did try the pickle milkshake at Epcot. Yeah, it's in my video, my last Epcot video. Yeah. It was I actually liked it. Um you'll have to see Kimmy's reaction, but I really liked, I didn't love it. I think my reaction I think my reaction in the video is better. Like, I think, because right now I'm just remembering it, but it made my stomach hurt so bad afterwards. Like, I don't even think I drank half of it because Kimmy was like, "It's yours, you can have it." Spoiler. Um, but it hurt. Like, my stomach was like, "No, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, don't drink that." It was really bad on my stomach. Um, yeah. I don't know, but it wasn't as horrible as it sounds. It really wasn't. I love pickles, um, but it's odd. It is odd. Should you try it? I don't know. Are you guys going to Epcot one of the days you're here? I'm gonna guess you are, but I don't know. It's $7. Sweet. Ew. I hate. I can't do sweet corn things. I'm just not a corn. Okay, I'm really weird when it comes to corn stuff. I love popcorn, which I think everybody does. Let's be honest. But yeah, you're gonna be on Epcot Thursday. Oh, Epcot's so fun. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's a $7 milkshake, so it. Honestly, I tried it for content purposes. I'm not gonna. I probably wouldn't have tried it if I wasn't making a video for it. So I'm gonna be honest there. That was a. It was just for the oh look, I tried the pickle milk the pickle milkshake clickbait. But I did try it. So technically it's not clickbait, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but the really they have a sweet corn milkshake. My Mickey's Not So Scary isn't until next month, so I haven't really looked into the stuff yet. Oh, but yeah, I don't like corn. I really like corn, like roasted corn, but that's about it. I don't like canned corn. Mm-mm. No, no, no. Or like, I guess if you roast it and then cut off, I don't know. I really like it on the cob, but other than that, I'm just not a corn person. I'm not. I had a salad with it the other day, and it was pretty good. Um, a spicy cheese. What are they trying to do? None of it sounds that good. Like, if you're gonna go outside the box, that's fine, but that'd be a little too outside the box. But it makes more sense for a Halloween party because it's supposed to be like spooky and kind of like gross and scary, when you think about certain Halloweeny things. But ew, it has chocolate and lime, like the cupcake. The spicy cheese cupcake has chocolate and lime on it. Why? Why? No, that just sounds. Are they trying to like Hurt people? Because that just sounds like a disaster on your poor stomach. Like, no, no, no. Oh, oh, that's gross. No, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to plan out my yeah, nasty is right, beach girl. Like that sounds disgusting. But no, no, monopolize the chat all you want. You're fine. Please, please. Um, ew, that just sounds gross. Ew. Uh, uh. Um, no. How are you guys in the storm theme park days? Because are you in California or are you somewhere else on the West Coast? I think you guys are in California, if I remember rightly. If you don't know them, go on their TikTok theme park days. They're awesome. Because stuff on the West Coast just looks crazy right now. Oh, you're in Utah. Well, I mean, you make good content like you're at Disney every day, so props to you. Okay, so you guys are good, right? Did you get any of the storm in Utah? I don't think so. But we were oh, you were under a flood watch this morning. Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, "What? A freaking hurricane in California?" Like, we didn't even get one yet this year. Um, yeah, craziness. I was also worried about Kimmy because obviously she's in San Diego, but she said she was fine. Her area was fine. It just felt like a rainy Washington storm, like we always had it up in the Pacific Northwest. I was like, cool. That's kind of how we thought about our hurricanes last year in our area. We were in we're in like a really good area, or was for the two last year. So hopefully you guys are good. But it said yeah until this morning. So oh, we got wildfires again in Washington and Canada and Oregon. Ugh, it's the worst time of the year for all the wildfires. I mean, also Maui, like my goodness, craziness. It's crazy. We don't have to talk about this. Sorry, we won't. We'll go back to laughing about how gross food is. But yeah, I do not miss being up in the Pacific Northwest when it was the smoky season. It only rained Saturday night, but was pouring though. Yeah, I can imagine for sure. And places are not just they're not used to the rain. Like I grew up in a really rainy place and it rains here quite a bit. But yeah, it's scary. Like lots of water can do lots of damage and crazy things to areas. But no, that's crazy. But I'm so excited you guys are coming here. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. We're just joking about all the gross food that Disney's coming out with, like pickle milkshake and the weird cream corn. I don't know. If you like that stuff, that's fine. I mean, I didn't hate the pickle milkshake, but that's yeah. Pass. I will not. I will not get it again. Let's put it that way. I will not be wasting $7 on that milkshake again. I guess it's cool, but no. I also hate this year how oh yeah, the spicy cheese lime I feel like I have to try that now just because you guys told me about it. Like I feel like when I go in September. Yeah, try it just once. I did in my last Epcot video. But yeah, it's a flavor. Bring some antacids. So I'm just gonna say that. Some Tums, whatever whatever you take. Yes, the pickle milkshake is just for food and wine. So it's located in the Odyssey building, which if you guys walk out towards the World Showcase, it's over by Test Track. It's like a round circle symbol, but you'll see like the Muppets. I think it's called the I wish I had my little book. I usually have my festival books right here. It's like the Creation Laboratory or something for them. I mean, it's Muppet themed, so it's really cute. And it's really good AC if you're like dying on the World Showcase at all. Take your food into the Odyssey building. They have standing tables, places you can sit down. It's a really good hack that I love. But yeah, it's in there is where you get it. And the Impossible Buffalo Nuggets in there. It has vegan, even has vegan cheese. And I'm not like a vegan Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Or vegetarian by no means, but I love like Impossible stuff. Very good if you are on that like level. Very good. Oh my goodness. And they give you a really good portion of them. But like the buffaloes, oh, it was just but make sure you grab a little thing of ranch or whatever you like to cut the spice because that's a good spice. I'm like, it was good. It was good. But yeah, it's in an Odyssey building. So when you guys get in there, also when you guys first go to Epcot, get your festival passport. So it's like the little booklets. Um, they should be on in kiosks on either side when you enter the park. Pro tip. We've never had Impossible Meat. I want to try, but don't want to waste money on event. Yeah, I mean, Impossible Meat to me, it doesn't taste like meat, but it has really good flavor, especially whenever it's cooked in something like the buffalo sauce. Like it's, I don't know, I don't think it tastes that much different than chicken, but I think it's a great option if you are, vegetarian or vegan. I just really like it. I used to make was it Impossible or was it one of them you can get? I think you can get both in stores now. I don't remember, but I used to buy them and just cook them, and then they got expensive, so I stopped buying them for home. But they had last festival, they had a really good Impossible Meat lumpia. But you don't know what lumpia is. It's like a little I'll probably describe it wrong, like an egg roll type thing, but it's just meat. We had the vegan wrap at Tomorrowland Terrace at Disneyland, and it was really good. We're not vegan. Yeah, see, I like to try stuff because I know some people are vegan or vegetarian, so I like to let them know that there are options. Lumpia is amazing, but they had it with Impossible Meat during I think Flower and Garden, and I got that like 3 times. It was so tasty. I was shocked. I was like, oh, yes. Yeah, I figured you guys would know what lumpia is, but it was like really good because lumpia, especially at like a festival like that, it's like because if you've had like real good homemade lumpia, um, no, they don't. They do not do tasting cards. Um, you really can't like punches and it's like where you can buy a lanyard and no, they don't. They don't do stuff like that. So it's all just a lot of people will buy like a gift card on a little like bracelet and then go around so you don't have to pull your card out. But yeah, no, we don't have anything cool like that. Like, yeah, the food festival at DCA sounds really cool too. Um, but yeah, Possible Meat is pretty good. People sleep on it, but it's good. Hey Peppermint Sunshine. What is the worst thing you ever ate at Disney Park? Oh goodness. On purpose? No, I'm kidding. Welcome back. Worst thing. I gotta think about that. Because usually I like a lot of what I get. Oh my gosh, there's like something in my tooth. I'm such a mess today. The sour apple. Ew, that sounds gross. A sour apple churro. See, and we don't have cool churros here either. The churro game at Disney World is not as strong as Disneyland's. I'll be honest. I don't know. The worst thing, pickle milkshake was pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I wouldn't like the sour apple churro either. Mm. The sour with the churro, that doesn't make any sense to me because churros are supposed to be sweet in my mind. But well, okay. But to each their own. I am a content creator. I mean, I try to be. I create content, so I guess I count. But welcome to the chat. No, I don't know. The pickle milkshake, I wouldn't say is the. I don't know. It was pretty bad. Like it was pretty bad. It was weird. I think it is my passion. I absolutely love creating content. Going to the parks, hopefully making some people smile. Yeah, theme park days does create content too. Now, if anyone watches it, yeah, I agree. I'm just like, woohoo! I have it up there. No, it's fine. But no, the pickle milkshake was strange, and that made my stomach hurt probably the most out of anything I've ever eaten. There was a sushi roll right now in Japan. It's like the fire sushi roll, so it's supposed to be like spicy tuna. I don't know, maybe it was the roll that we got. Absolutely hated it. Love sushi. Absolutely hated it though. Yes, they're right. They is the Disneyland based. Yeah, yes. I didn't speak words there. Sorry. Tis Disney. Yes. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they're Disneyland based. They're fun. They're fun. Yeah, they do a lot, but yeah, they're coming to Disney World this week for the very first time, which is awesome. Which I would say, um, um, for me, life is complicated. Life gets hard. Living is just things happen in life. And I know when I didn't live in Florida, I'd watch, I love Disney, always have. Um, and watching Disney vloggers and stuff, just, I don't know, going to the park just made me smile. Um, and I would like to do that for other people. So if I can brighten your day just a little bit, I think that's incredible. And such a powerful thing because everybody deserves a little happiness in their lives. And if it's a joke I make or if I look really dorky and it happens to make you laugh, that's kind of why I do what I do. So, um, as a former Disney cast member, making the magic was pretty much ingrained in my soul. But yeah, I just like that I can go to the parks now and just have some fun. So yeah, you should see what all the fuss is about. Disney World's it's a beast. It's a different ball game. Um, Kimmy was shocked how long it takes to get to the Magic Kingdom. Because you have to go to the transportation ticket center, then take a monorail or ferry boat, and then you're finally at Magic Kingdom, if you didn't know. Aw, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks. That's so nice. That's so kind. But yeah, you guys are gonna be very shocked at how big things are down here. Like there's a lot of room. That's one thing Kimmy said was she was like, this said there's so much more room to like, I don't know. She's like, they just did yeah, it's just more roomy to walk around. I mean, there are of course, bottleneck areas in the park as well, where there's like a lot of people. Like back in Fantasyland between Peter Pan and It's a Small World. Our facade is not fun. Our facade is not cool. Um, yeah, it's different. It's so different. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like I've always been just like a very energetic person. I got made fun of a lot growing up for that. Everyone said I was just too weird. Shout out to my weirdos out there. I've always loved Disney. I've always loved making videos. Like I've done that since high school. Going on 10 years in my career now of um, videography for different nonprofits and organizations and stuff throughout the years. So these are kind of the videos that I get to make and that I'm passionate about. I really love bringing other people's video passions to life. I feel like that's one of the skills that I just kind of always had, like storytelling. So I've been really lucky to get to do that. Weirdos unite. Yes. But yeah, so this is kind of a thing that I do for me. It's kind of my creative outlet at home. So yeah, I hope I can. Yes, Peppermint Sunshine has known me since I was a literal child. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I hope I'm sharing good energy. I was a PhotoPass photographer at Epcot. So yeah, I was the one that would take your photos and stand out in the blazing hot sun for 12 hours a day. I only passed out twice. It was fine. It's hot. I didn't grow up in a hot climate, so when I moved down here the first time, yeah, it was bad. Um, but yeah, no, I think a smile, a laugh is something that you can freely give to people around the world. It really doesn't take much. That's the one thing. As a cast member, though, like you get some really rude people, and I understand like people have bad days, or they paid a lot of money to be somewhere, and something that they were really looking forward to didn't pan out. But I mean, I got yelled at by guests so much for doing nothing. Like I'm just standing there taking their like other people's like literally in the middle of taking another family's photos, and because I was the nearest cast member, would get yelled at. And I absolutely hated how that would make me feel, and how much I loved when I had a really nice, fun guest interaction. It like literally can change your entire day. I think that's true with any job you have, especially customer service jobs are really hard. So if I go to like Publix to go grocery shopping or when I'm at the parks, I try to be um not really nice. I mean, like, I'm not perfect. I don't have not amazing all the time. You know, I'm a human being, but I really try to take the time to make other people feel like they're human beings. Um, Yeah, it makes me honestly so sad and so mad at the same time. The other day when I was at oh gosh, where was I? I think I was at Epcot last week. I saw Joey Fatone and I was standing in line for the second show and somebody just got like so mad at the cast member because there was already a line for the second show. And the cast member was just like, "This is just how we do it." And they're like, "Well, this is ridiculous." And just went off on this poor cast member. And she's just like trying to make sure everybody in line knows like how to get in and what to do. Like she can't control if there's people waiting. Like get here early. It's not our fault you didn't get here early enough or the cast member's fault. So yeah, it definitely like it's sad. It's real sad. What did you say earlier, Courtney? As someone who can't go to the parks often as I'd like to Disneyland, I appreciate the con, especially as someone who's never been to Disney World. It's a fun experience. It is cheap. Yeah, it's expensive to come to Disney. It's crazy. It's getting really expensive. And I'm like, wow, it's crazy. Yes, my Hunger Boy. Yeah, I saw Joey Fatone. But I was really sad because okay, it was really fun. And he brought out like Ryan Cabrera and two other guest stars I didn't really know. So I apologize for not knowing their names. But Saturday, or was it yesterday? But he brought out Lance Bass, and I was like, "What? Lance was my favorite. I literally have a little Lance bear over there." And I was like, "Boo! I can't go to Disney on the weekends. My annual pass is only weekdays." So I'm like, "Boo! You should have." And then last year I missed him because he brought out Chris Kirkpatrick last year, and it was just a stormy day, and we had just moved down here really, and I didn't go. But yeah, I was so sad. I was like, "Oh, I miss Lance Bass," but he comes to Epcot every year. Joey does. So maybe next year I'll be able to see him and he'll bring one of the boys with him. If he brought JC with him, I love JC as well. It was my sister's favorite. He was my sister's favorite. Mine was Lance, and then my cousin's was Justin. That was our little girl group growing up that loved NSYNC. And I saw NSYNC twice when I was like 6. I was like 6. I remember it though. That was a core memory in little Brittany's mind. There is a rumor that they're gonna reunite, but I feel like this rumor happens like every couple years. And I'm just like, I don't see Justin doing that. He's just too big. But I mean, he's rich and famous, so I don't know what rich and famous people do. They're like, "It's a Tuesday. I'm gonna fly to France," and I'm like, "Okay, cool, good for you." So I'm like, he could be like, "It's a Thursday. Let's reunite in sync." I don't know, and maybe trying to speak that into existence, maybe a little. Right? I could see them just trolling. But can you imagine trying to get tickets for that show? Like T Swift was bad enough, but like all of the homeless trying to get tickets. That's so true. I'm like, we really don't need Justin. Like JC, if JC is signed, if the other JC kind of like I've been listening to NSYNC a lot lately just because like it's on my playlist. I'm like, wow, JC had a lot of good vocals. Try to get Blink 182 tickets. They were like, yeah. Yeah. I have Jonas Brothers tickets for their tour. They come here in October and I'm stoked. But I got their second show tickets because the first show sold out so fast here in Orlando. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I missed the Taylor Swift show because they sold out. I had to work the night of Paramore. My husband is very calm. He is the complete opposite of me. I'll be honest. So that is correct. Yes, he knows how, we bounce. I pull him out of his shell and he kind of pushes me back down, which is hilarious. But I love my husband. We've been married for 5 years this November. And yeah, if I married somebody as high as energy as me, we would be horrible. I think it would have been bad. So God definitely knew who I was supposed to marry. But yeah, my husband is very calm. He's in some of the videos and you can just kind of tell that he's just like, he just goes with the flow and he's so chill. It's hilarious. I think we're going on tour together. Imagine trying to get those. Well, Backstreet Boys did go on tour, I thought. But yeah, that would be a millennial's dream right there. If Backstreet Boys and NSYNC went on tour together. Like I think we could all just collectively die a little of happiness. For sure. 98 Degrees is also coming to Epcot for Eat to the Beat. I think they're coming in October, and so is Hanson. So I'm like, they have a ton of bands that I want to see this year. Also We the Kings. If anybody listened to We the Kings, I remember going to Couch Tour at the mall. What? Oh, the rivalry. My friend Brienne, the one with the little girls and all the videos, she loves Backstreet Boys because she's older than I am, so she was really a Backstreet Boy person, and I was NSYNC person. So I feel like we went out and did axe throwing a couple months ago, and we were the only ones in the place, so we were picking the music on the jukebox. So she'd pick a Backstreet Boy song, and I'd pick an NSYNC song, and the staff was like, "Who's gonna win?" It was just hilarious. But I feel like they like secretly are just like, "What up, guys?" Like, I don't know. That's so funny. But I feel like nobody from Backstreet Boys did as well. I mean, no one did as well as Justin did, let's be honest. Um, Justin's just Justin Timberlake, guys. I don't know. But yeah, no, Joey was cool. I was screaming everything at the concert. Oh, really? Oh, film the break. Ew. Oh. Fun fact, fun story. When I was in 7th grade, in health class, we had to watch an open heart surgery, and that's when I learned I faint when I see too much blood. And I ruled the medical field out of my future altogether. Straight up passed out. Um, that was fun. Luckily, I was seated, and I think I like slumped over on my desk. I don't really remember because I just woke up in the nurse's office. Um, that was fun. Good old Callis Junior High. Yeah, found that out real fast. So if I like go and get shots, which is funny because I have like 6 tattoos, so you think that would weird me out. It doesn't weird me out at all. But if I go get shots, I can't watch. Like I have to be like, nope. Mm-mm. I think I got my wisdom teeth surgically removed in high school. And it's the only time I've ever been knocked out in anesthesia. Which bring on anesthesia. I wish I would. My friends did not record me, and I'm like, you should have recorded me. Like they thought I was hilarious. Yeah, for sure, tattoos are different. I don't know, I don't know who ended up carrying me to the nurse's office, or maybe I walked, I don't remember anything. But, yeah, no. What was I saying before that? Oh, tattoos and stuff. Yeah, I had an IV put in. Hate that. Little finger prick. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I have to just go get a checkup, and I wanna get my blood work done just because that's a thing you should probably do every couple years. And I know I have to get a finger prick, and I'm literally like, "Blaine, you have to go with me because I'm gonna feel so woozy just from that." Like, it's bad, you guys, it's bad. Um, but yeah, I hate blood. That's why Kimmy is a nurse, and I'm like, "Cool." I don't know, I could never do your job. Aw. I They said I was, like, talking a ton. Like, my mom was like, "I had told you," surprising, shocking, it's me. But I remember the only thing I remember was I was coming out of it, and the carpet at my parents' house growing up, their old house, it was weird carpet. It had, like, swirls in it, and I remember, like, looking down at the carpet, like, I got home, I don't remember anything. I was at home in the living room, and my mom had to go back to work, so she had some of my friends come over. It's true, you think the whole it's anesthesia's crazy. But the carpet started swirling. Like, I just remember looking down and being like, "Whoa, the carpet is so swirly," and, like, freaking out. My friend Brandon, he's like, "Brittany, you gotta sit back down." And then he made me mashed potatoes. He was my bro in high school. Um, he's awesome. Him and his wife are really cool. They're cute. They have kiddos now. They're adorable. But yeah, anesthesia, you guys. And I think I was on, like, Vicodin, and I don't even think I took more than, like, a half of a Vicodin because it just messes you up that much, and oh my gosh, I was not 18 at the time. That stuff just, I don't get it. But yeah, anesthesia is crazy. I remember, I told my mom, I was like, "The doctor was wearing a green suit." And my mom's like, "No, he wasn't. He was wearing light blue scrubs, like, like the regular scrubs that the dentists people have." Really? Vicodin messed me up hard. That's funny. That's crazy how some people that the effects of stuff like that just doesn't that's crazy. That's funny. Oh, it sent me for a loop apparently. When I think a floor is swirling, yeah, no, not for Brittany. But yeah, I was so convinced that my like doctor dentist guy was wearing a bright green suit. Yeah, that was fun. My mom's like, "No, really? Didn't help with pain or anything. Made me loopy." Yeah, it made me really loopy. I don't even remember. I'm like, I don't remember anything, so I guess it did its job. But ugh, scary stuff. Scary stuff. Um, yeah. Fun things you get to know about me. I don't like blood. Mm-mm. Although when an emergency is happening and someone's bleeding, I like kick into like that like mom mode. I feel like because my friend came over in a high school and we had a hot tub growing up, and she didn't tell me that she was taking a medication that you shouldn't go into a hot tub. No, absolutely not. People want me to go to Halloween Horror Nights, but I'm like, I would freak I hate being scared. I'm one of those people, I don't like being scared. Um, no. I would probably go and just not go in haunted houses, but I'm just like, I don't know. Mm, I'm just a wimp, and I know I am, it's fine. But, so she didn't tell me she wasn't supposed to go in a hot tub. So we're in this our hot tub for like 25, 30 minutes, like not even I mean, you're supposed to be in a hot tub for like 20, 30 minutes max. So we get out and she had like, no, we didn't bring water because usually they bring us like plastic cups of water. But we get in the house, my parents are gone, my sister's gone, and she goes to the kitchen and grabs like a little glass cup, like you get like the half glass cups or the big glass. So she filled it up with water, sat down at our table, and I'm like, I don't remember what I was doing, maybe messing with our dogs at the time. And I sit down at the table across from her and I look at her and she just kind of like falls over. Well, in the process of basically passing out, she knocks the glass on the floor. It shatters. She basically just like lays on top of it and just scrapes, like cuts open her knee, like the deepest gash I have ever seen in my life. Ugh, like looking back on it, but I like just jumped into like she came to, I sat her up, I put pressure on her thing, put her I'm like I was on it. But then after a while I started to get woozy. Luckily my parents came home and we called her mom and then, they went to the hospital and it was just a big thing. But like in that moment I was like, I gotta not pass out. Cause like, can you imagine my parents coming home and she's on the ground, like, or well, no, she's sitting up, but she's just like bleeding everywhere on the floor. And then I'm just like passed out in the corner. Honestly, that would have been hilarious. But no, I sometimes, it's like when the adrenaline of like a mom picking up a car when her kid's stuck, that type of thing. I was like, I just feel like I like pushed out my like blood fears and just like snapped into that like mom woman mode and was like, I can help you, don't die. Um, yeah. I like started cleaning up the blood and everything and didn't care. I like my dog almost licked it up and I was like, go away, stop coming in here. I was like, this is disgusting. I did do it too. That was like one of the scariest moments because she was just, I mean, you know what happens when you get cut by glass, but it was like her entire like the bottom of her knee, it was just like, oh, it was so sorry. It was gross. But I was just shocked that I was shocked I didn't pass out. Even she was like, "Ooh, call the firefighters." And then they came in and she was so out of it. She was like, "None of you were even hot." And I was like, "Stop talking. They're coming to help you." And they were just laughing because I'm sure that, firefighters and EMTs get that all the time. Um, but they carried her out and she was like, "Do I look cool?" I was like, "Yes, you look great." It was yeah, she was pretty like, still in shock of everything and she lost a lot of blood, but it was really funny. um, no, the random things that happened to me growing up. Yeah, that was very scary. And I just was like, I'm home alone. I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. Um, yeah, it was funny. But she was fine. Spoiler, she was good. She was all good. Um, but no, me and blood. But yeah, Halloween Horror Nights, the food looks cool. Like looks like it's a cool vibe. But I'm not a spooky person. I'm such a wimp. I just don't like scary things. I have such an overactive imagination that I'll just have like yes, I did grow up in the Pacific Northwest. Yep. about hour south of Seattle. Kind of near Tacoma, but not Tacoma. I'm trying to name like the big cities you might know. Um, in a little town called Puyallup. Say that 10 times. Puyallup. People never said it right growing up. It's hilarious. We did, Courtney, we'd have guest speakers, and I feel like at school and stuff because I went well, Courtney did too. We went to Puyallup High School, um, and we'd always my friends and I would always be like, "How are they going to say it this time?" Because if you look at yeah, Puyallup, it's Puyallup. So if you look at it, it definitely looks weird. You've heard of Puyallup? It's where the Washington State Fair is, so maybe you have. But yeah, Puyallup. But it was so funny hearing people try to pronounce it. And like people down here, now that I'm in Florida, I mean Florida has some weird names too. Um, but they'll be like, "Well, what's your hometown?" And I'm like, "Puyallup," and they're like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "Puyallup." Um, but it was so fun watching people. I'm like, "I'll give you $5 if you can say this, if you can read this word and pronounce it correctly." And they don't ever. Like, I think I've only had one person do that in my entire life. Um, but no, it was this little town. We have the Washington State Fair. It used to be the Puyallup Fair. It'll always be the Puyallup Fair to me. I think everybody from the Puyallup area will think it's the Puyallup Fair. We even had a song for it and everything, which I don't even know if I can say it on. It might get copywritten. But like you'd have it on commercials. And then they changed it. Like Washington State bought it because it was the biggest like fair, and then made it into. It does look like it should be announced Poo. Yeah, no, I don't even know. Poo all up. Yeah, for sure. And they changed it to the Washington State Fair, which I mean, you could say that a lot better, but it's in Puyallup. So whenever the fair happened, you always hated the fair traffic. Like, it was horrible. But yeah, it's weird. So I guess I kind of grew up not next to a theme park, but maybe that's why I love them so much. Because like the fair, I mean, the fair it's huge, it's massive. Nothing truly like it, and that's how I saw a lot of concerts growing up because it was so cheap. Um, they literally would have shows where if you sat in the grandstands, it was free. It's a month long now? Ugh. Pass. Says the girl who drives in Disney World traffic every single week. um, no, but they used to have free shows. I think I saw Weird Al like 6 times there. Nice. You grew up in SoCal going to Disneyland every weekend. Jelly. I love Disneyland. I mean, I love both Disneys, but I grew up with Disneyland because it was the West Coast. And then I worked here, so it was kind of like weird. I have like an affinity towards both parks in different ways. Disneyland was more my childhood, and I feel like Disney World is more like my adulthood, if that makes sense. I went to Disney World once as a kid. That's a hard question. Which one do I like better? If I had to choose, Disneyland. But I love both. Like I think both have their strong points. Disneyland, you can feel Walt's touches in that park. Like you can feel the little nuanced magical things that Disneyland is truly known for. I feel like you miss a lot of that in Disney World. No offense to Roy at all. I mean, Walt passed before um yes, I mean you have so many memories at Disneyland. But yeah, Roy kind of continued the park after Walt passed, and I think Roy did an amazing job for like not being Walt because Walt was for sure the visionary of the two of the brothers. But Roy did such a good job with it. Um, but there's just things that they changed. Like I love that it's bigger. I love the castle, it's bigger. But just some of the things Roy was the money man. So he did what he could to continue on Walt's legacy. And I thought he did a great I think you guys will think so too. That he did a really good job with Magic because, I think he died after Magic opened. Because Epcot opened in the 80s. And then Studios, I think, opened in the I don't know. But there's just things. Now, Disneyland Paris is my all-time favorite Disney park I've ever gone to. They did amazing at Disneyland Paris. It's like Disney World and Disneyland had a perfect child. Is Disneyland Paris, but that's of course really hard to get to. I'm hoping to go again now that I'm on the East Coast and it's a little bit easier to fly to Europe here. But France is France, it's far away. But I love Disneyland Paris more than either American Disney park, which I was shocked. I did not think anything could beat Disneyland in my mind. But I do love all the little Walt touches that Disneyland has, and it's my childhood park. So really, yeah. I mean, the food in France is just different, and they try to do the American food, which French food is other countries' food is so different than ours. Um, like they have Walt's Place, the restaurant on Main Street, which basically just serves all of Walt's favorite foods, like chili and mac and cheese and burgers and fries. Um, yeah, I mean the food. mm, I didn't really eat a ton there because we were only there 2 days, and I didn't. It was before I was really filming my trips, and I wish I would have filmed it because it was just so cool. Um, but yeah, I need to go back and try food because I have heard that, and it wasn't spectacular of what we had. Let's just put it that way. It's not what I remember about the park. The food is not. Now, getting a crepe there was really good, but that's such a French food, so of course they should probably do crepes well. But no, the theming of Disneyland Paris is off the charts. Um, the castle is beautiful. You can like legitimately walk through the castle. It is and you can come out on the other side and look out at Fantasyland. It was cool. What they do their French food well, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't do American food well, but they definitely do it's France. It's France. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. No, but they have a lot of cool like hidden theming. Well, not hidden, but theming stuff. Like their Big Thunder is like triple the length of any Big Thunder here in America, and it's like so fast, and it was like it was amazing. And Space Mountain was like 10 times better there too. They did it well. It's just a good park. Yes, French food is good in France. Yeah, that's me. Um, but burgers are different over there because they have different regulations for like their cattle and their meat. I think it tastes better, but it's definitely like a completely different flavor than like beef patties here. Um, it's so funny. Oh goodness. The way my brain works, sometimes I'm like, oh, okay. Sometimes I can tell why I was made fun of. Well, you know what I mean. Burger patties. I open myself up to ridicule, but it's fine. I welcome it at this point. Uh no, but Disneyland Paris is really cool. I'll give it that. The castle is my favorite castle. It is absolutely stunning. And it is Sleeping Beauty's castle. Um there as well as Disneyland. So it's true. Um, hmm. America's food regulations sometimes scare me really bad, but we won't talk about that in this live stream. um, no, but Paris is really cool. I hope to go back soon. Blaine got really sick when we were in Paris, so I didn't get to go to the park as much as I wanted to because we literally thought he was gonna die. So I mean, it wasn't like that scary, but it was like a first time he ever had like really crazy acid reflux. So yes, yeah. And the bread, the bread in France, mm, it's so good. Like getting we go to the little market and get like a fresh baguette, where we were staying. Like they'd bake them every morning, and you could just walk down and buy like a fresh. Oh, it was fantastic, fantastic. And they make it so different that it really doesn't affect you like bread here does as much. Like it's such a simple ingredient list, and because it's so fresh, I'm like, "Oh, yes, give me that bread." I dream about the bread in France. I'm not gonna lie. You should. You should. France is really cool. Aw, 20th anniversary. That's awesome. Congrats. Yeah, that's a big anniversary, so doing something like France is that would be awesome, and seeing the Eiffel Tower in person is incredible. I cried when it when it, like, glittered and, like, the lights blink at nighttime. I feel like I always wanted to see that, and I just never thought I'd be able to go to France and see it. Um, and I cried. It's just beautiful. I kept having convinced myself that I was actually in France. I do try to stream every week. I try to stream every Monday night. Like last week, I had my best friend in town, and I told everybody the week before that I wasn't going to be on last week. But I do try to stream every Monday night. So yeah, come join me again. It's so early on West Coast time. Is Utah? What time zone is that? I'm gonna be dumb for a second. Are you? Oh my god, I'm dumb. Pacific. What are the other time zones? Mountain time. That's right. When we drove across country to move here, it was so weird going through all the time zone. Okay, so it's only 6. So you're 2 hours behind us. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's 8:30 here, but I don't know. I'm not very tired, so I'm like, let's just talk for hours. Usually I go about an hour, so I'll probably hop off here soon. Just because my dog loves his TV time and cuddle time, which is really cute. I love him. But um, yeah. Really? That's crazy. That's funny. It's interesting because, going from East Coast to West Coast like I did, I always forget that all of my family back home is 3 hours. Like, I say back home, I think I always think Washington is like my home, even though this is my home now. Um, but it's crazy that everyone's 3 hours. So I'll like text somebody like at like, I don't know, 8 o'clock here when I first wake up, and I'm like, why aren't they texting me back? And then I'm like, oh, it's definitely 5 a.m. in Washington right now. Like, that's why. Okay. It's really funny. My parents will call and they're like, I know it's late there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's true. They're like, it's only 6 o'clock here, 6 p.m. I'm like, it's 9 o'clock here. I'm trying to go to sleep. And they're like, yeah, sorry. So something to get used to for sure. I'm just like, that's so strange. Like growing up, having to watch show premieres the second. Um, like watching it, like it would premiere on the East Coast and then it would premiere on the West Coast. And like at the dawn of social media, when people would ruin the show and like spoilers online once East Coast watched it. So now I'm like, what up? I get to watch it first. Like, ha ha. Finally. Oh, I just feel I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. I also made the joke. My parents made this joke growing up, but I called them, on New Year's Eve, and of course we hit midnight before the West Coast. I was like calling you from the future. 2023 looks bright. Our future is bright, and they're like, ha ha, because that they used that joke so much growing up, and I loved using it back on them. And they're like, wow. I was like, you said it. You're the dorks, not me. You do, yeah. Usually you get that. The new albums before midnight, yeah. It's true. I mean, there were some things that like, "Oh, it started at 9." You got some stuff at 9 on the, yeah, West Coast. But it's crazy. I don't know. It's just weird to think about that everyone's like when like I usually go live at 7. I did 7:30 today because I realized I'm like, wow, you guys aren't off work yet. If I don't at 7 o'clock, because I'm like, oh, it's 4 o'clock. So then I'm like, oh, I should just slowly move my time to 8 o'clock. So then everybody on the West Coast is at least like off work and can tune in um, if if they work a regular like 9 to 5 job. So I might slowly move it to 8 o'clock my time, just so when people are off work. Because some of my friends in Washington are like, we can't even watch your live because hey, that's awesome. I'm happy it's popping up though. That's cool. I'm glad. I'm glad because I know that of course we know each other from TikTok, but it's cool that my content is popping up places. Um which has been really cool to see. YouTube is just a beast. I feel like I figured the algorithm out a little bit and then I have no idea and I'm like, I don't know. Like some video, like I did a walking tour video of um All-Star Movies Resort, and I was like, "No one's gonna wanna watch this." Like, it's a value resort, and it almost has, I think it has like 400 views. And I'm like, what? Like, why out of all videos did that one kind of pop off? Like, that's weird. Um, yeah, I never know what people are gonna watch on here. I truly don't know. Did you search for an all-star movies resort tour? Well, you can watch mine. Have fun. I wonder what building or what section you're gonna stay in. I liked the resort, if that helps. I didn't stay there, but I did like a tour of it. Um, and it's a really cute resort. They have good pools. Maybe that's why you got my video, like, because I made, if you were searching that, then my video probably popped up. You probably didn't like notice that it was me. That's funny. Um, no, that's hilarious. That's cool. Well, I'm glad you guys found your because I appreciate you chatting. I'm gonna be honest, some live streams, it's like Peppermint Sunshine, her mom, and me, and we're all just like, and I'm just like talking. So I like when people chat with me. I try to have a lot to say, so then if no one's really on, I'm not just sitting here like waiting for people to come on. Just because sometimes it's not kicked out to like the stream's not kicked out to enough people, or people just don't log on and talk. So I appreciate you guys, you logging on and chatting, um, and actually like not making me just ramble on about random things. I mean, there's always something new. There's always something new at Disney, so there's always to talk about. Oh, the trams are coming back to Hollywood and Epcot. That's something that just happened today. They announced that they're bringing back the trams. That's nice. You make dinner when I go live normally, so normally quiet when you stream, but enjoy talking. Nice. Nice. I should go live on TikTok more often. I should go live on all the other platforms more often because I like talking to people. So if people talk to me, I enjoy it. It's just, to me, it's more like personable than a video. Like sometimes, just because, I don't know, I like getting to talk to people and getting to know people and getting to be dorks with people. It's awesome. But yeah, that's why I really love my lives. It's been really cool. And sometimes I go live on the parks, which is cool. Good. I like it too. Um, which is cool that you guys joined me from TikTok. That's crazy. Because yeah, when you logged on, I was like, oh my goodness, I know them. So that's really funny. That's really cool. But I'm excited for you guys to come down. I'm excited for you guys to be here. I think you're gonna have a blast. Oh, what's the weather gonna be like? Let me check for you guys. Hold on. That's so funny. Is my thumbnail different? I think my thumbnail's different. Is my thumbnail different on TikTok? Or did I change it to the castle photo? Yeah, it is different on. I haven't changed on my TikTok. Oops. Oopsies. Let's see. This week. Oh yeah, you get the 90s, the mid lower 90s. Hey Patty, look at you. Oh, gotcha. But yeah, you guys are coming down. It's gonna be basically sunny and not high of 95. I think if you guys are here for a few days, starting in a few days. It starts raining not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. So I don't know when you guys are coming home, but yeah, so you'll probably get uh Thursday through Sunday. Thursday's 90, Friday's 92, Saturday's 94, Sunday's 95. When are you going up? Sunday. Yeah, hot and no rain. It's gonna be hot. I mean, you get lows of 75 in the evening time, so that'll be nice once the sun goes down. But yeah, it's hot. It's hot here. If you don't have a little hand fan, you should. It's totally worth having. But yeah, drink tons of water when you're here because it's hot, and sunscreen. My goodness, and people don't wear sunscreen down here. Like you're gonna get fried. The UV index is like insane. But yeah, you will sweat your faces off. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You guys know how it goes. But the humidity here is insane. Like some like today I was like the humidity, I don't know. I don't know what's worse here. The humidity or when it's really hot and not humid. I feel like I'm more used to that, but the humidity, you're just like sweaty. Like I'm a sweaty person already. Like I call myself a sweaty Betty because I'm just like I'm sweaty. Like my father-in-law, my husband were joking today. We were in St. Augustine. My they're like, "How's Brittany in the heat?" And my Blaine goes, "She's fine, but she just gets really sweaty. Like she gets really like moist." And my father-in-law touched my shoulder, and he was like, "Ew." I was like, Yeah, that's my life. It's been my entire life. But humidity, it's weird. Like you'll just be like really wet. It's very strange. Into D23 Expo last September in Anaheim and it was 95 degrees. Oh, yeah. Last time we went to Disneyland, it was like 98 and it was the end of, it was for my birthday. So it was the end of September. And I was like, when did California stay this hot this late in the freaking year? I'm like, I know it's warm there, don't get me wrong. But I was like, what the balls? Like I remember it getting colder, at least a little bit cold, but no, it was hot. It was hot. Um, but yeah, the heat is just it's intense. It's intense everywhere, but it's intense here for sure. Um, but yeah, I was the dork with a UV umbrella, so D23 was the beginning of September. I was like, why is California cosplay? It's true. Yeah, that sounds crazy. But I have a UV umbrella. I only put quotes. I just don't know how. I mean, it's umbrella. It's supposed to be SPF like 50 umbrella or whatever. Um I know, Patty, it's hot. In the winter here, it's like beautiful. I love Florida winters. Um which is so weird, but it's like really nice down here in the wintertime. December to like March, perfect weather. Like fantastic weather. Just saying. Um but yeah, I have a UV umbrella and people make fun of me, but we were walking around St. Augustine, there was like no shade, and I was just in my little umbrella in the shade. I could tell people were like looking at me like, what is she doing? And I was like, I'm trying not to get sunburned. Good. Yeah, the after hours is totally worth it. You'll have to let me know what you think of the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. But on Saturday you'll be at Animal Kingdom. Are you all day? Yeah. Animal Kingdom gets really warm, I'm not gonna lie. But there is a lot of trees and stuff, so that helps. But it's a smaller park. Well, I feel like my sound just got really weird. It's a smaller park. It's my S's. Um, but it gets kind of but they have a lot of good ice cream options. There's like a really cool looking um it's like a truck, but it's an ice cream thing. Um I usually get a chocolate root beer float, and it's so good. It's right next to Everest, which Expedition Everest is awesome. Yeah, stay away from the skin cancers and its anti-aging umbrella. Yeah, I have sunscreen in my foundation and BB cream, and then I put sunscreen underneath before I even start on my face. And then I have a setting spray that has sunscreen in it. We did our last trip in the month of November. It was perfect. Christmas is too cold, but warm enough to swim and also enjoy the parks. Yeah, and if you're on Disney property, they also heat their pools, which is really nice in the wintertime. It's not even that cold. Like I'm a wimp now, and I think like 75 is cold, like in the wintertime. But no, I mean I swam in my pool, I think in December when my parents visited. And it was awesome. But it wasn't like super freaking hot. Like my pool right now outside, it's 90 degrees in my pool. Like the water. We have like a temperature thing and it's 90. And I believe it. It's like you're taking a bath. It's crazy. The three things I'm hoping to do is Guardians of the Galaxy, Tron, and Everest. Yeah, Guardians is my favorite. It's fantastic. I hope you get a good song. I've never gotten September, so if y'all get September, I'll be very jealous. Tron, I like Tron. Kimmy liked Tron as well. It's a fun ride. It's short, as everybody says, but it's very fun. And Everest, before Guardians existed, was my favorite roller coaster on property. Very fun. They haven't gotten September, so maybe it's just not like a common song. But it's like, okay, I love Earth, Wind, and Fire, and my birthday is September, so I've always said that's my song. Um, so I'm very sad I've never gotten it. And I'm like, boo. But my favorite is Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Tears for Fears. That's my all-time favorite. I haven't got September yet, but that's my favorite I've gotten all the rest, including the Christmas overlay, which is pretty cute. But yeah, I've never gotten September. And I'm like, boo. But every song is pretty fun. Conga is the most annoying, but it's like a upbeat song, so it's fun. Yeah, I really want to get September. And I'm like, boo. But maybe one day. September birthdays. Mine's September 30th. So I barely made the cut. but it's there. When's yours? If you don't mind sharing your birthdays. The second. Okay, so you're at the beginning. We're like polar opposites. You're at the beginning, I'm the end. It's coming up. It's coming up. I can't believe September is like, what, 2 weeks away? Week and a half now? Craziness. Crazy. And for my birthday last year, we had a hurricane. So it is I'll be old AF. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to share your age. You're all good. But you're fine. Everyone's a kid at heart, let's be honest, especially when you're at Disney. That's fine. That's what I feel like, at least. And then I'm like, oh, I want to buy all the things. Then my adult kicks in and is like, no, don't spend all that money. And then I'm like, but I like spending money. Oh, if you have a chance, you should go to the Disney Character Outlet. There's one right next to the parks, and one near Universal. But if you guys are in town, you should definitely go. Yeah, 38's not old. My husband's 34, so it's not like you're that much older than he is. I'll be 29, so I'm just a youngin', everyone says. And I'm like, I mean, I'm in my late 20s, which again isn't old, but like, I don't know. You probably remember being in your late 20s. It's just weird. And I'm like, oh. And my husband says, like, you fall apart at 30. So and then everyone says, you fall apart more at 40, and then so on and so forth. So, woo! Adulting, getting older. Yes, Patty, but it's okay. You're the OG, let's be honest. You haven't fallen apart yet. My husband did. He literally turned 30 and like, yeah, he started getting acid reflux stuff, and it was bad. It was really bad for a while, but he's good now. Now you're 55. Oh, you're a lot younger than my parents. I never knew that. Like 5 younger than I am. So no, that's a good thing. I always get carded down here for everything, and it's hilarious. But then I'm with my husband has a nice beard. Like he's such a Washingtonian with his beard. I like that lumberjack look. Love it. But he keeps it pretty short down here. But whenever I'm with him, I never get carded. But when I'm by myself, there's a few times I do, and then they have to card him because it's just like a thing. But I'm like, he definitely doesn't look, under 21. But I'm like, oh, cool. I do. Thanks. I'm like, not that much older, but it's cool. I R-rated movies until I was 29. That's funny. I like that. No, but I'm excited because I want my birthday party theme. Birthday party. We'll probably just go out to dinner to be like New Girl when Schmidt's like 29. Like I want to get all the little, 29. I'm like, this year I'm gonna be 29. Yeah, if you know New Girl. If you haven't watched New Girl, you should watch it. It's amazing. But yeah, I'm excited. I don't know what I'm gonna do for my birthday yet. I really want to rent the boat and go out to see the fireworks on Bay Lake for my birthday, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, well, what am I gonna do for 30? I can't be crazy. He's like your Sunday college orientation, and the teacher asks what high school you're from. Oh, see, I get the opposite. When I visited a college in Washington that I didn't end up going, it was WSU, Washington State University. And I just went to like the college. It was like the summer before my senior year in high school. And I went to like the gift shop to like get a sweatshirt because I was like, cool. And the lady asked, oh, are you a senior? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a senior this year, thinking she meant high school. Oh no, she thought I was a senior in college. And I was like, oh, thanks. Like she's like, oh, you're just, you present yourself well. And I was like, oh, thanks. I appreciate that. It was really funny. And we were talking about that. That's funny though. That's a good compliment though, that I bet your son hates that though. He probably is like, no, Dad, you're old. Like every kid does to their parent. That's hilarious. That is funny. No, that's funny. Oh my gosh, my leg itches. I think I have bug bites. Love it. No CMs. They're real down here. Be prepared for that too. I could see your daughter doing that. Like it's such a daughter thing to do. Dad, you're embarrassing me. I definitely did that with my parents. My mom used to dance to Don't Ya by the Pussycat Dolls. Like we'd turn it on and she would like do a little dance. And my sister and I are like, oh, Mom. Oh, and she'd sing along. She still does. It's hilarious. Now I just egg her on and laugh at her like in a friendly daughter way. But when I was younger, I was like, oh, that's so embarrassing. Oh. And we were in our home, like, it was just my mom and my sister and I. My dad would be at work, it'd be, like, summertime, and it would come on the radio back when you listen to, like, the radio, um, and the Pussycat Dolls were a thing, but, yeah, Don't You Come On, and she'd, like I think we played it at my sister's wedding. She just got married in, February, and it was hilarious. The slang words. Okay, but the slang with the younger generation is weird. I'm like, "No, I don't get it." And maybe that's every generation of the younger generations, but I feel like ours, like, made sense, but theirs makes no sense to me at all. My mom is awesome. She's hilarious. I get a lot of my, like, weird quirks from my mom for sure, so that makes sense. But no, I don't know. I don't know. Patty, do you feel like the slang of my generation is weird? He's 15? Your son is now 15. Stop it. I remember when he was little. That is true. That is true. I feel like, um, I still say, "That's my jam." And then I think of was it the Bo Burnham when he, like, picks up his jar of jam and he's like, This is my jam." I think of that every time I say that. Mine was okay, but your son's because your son's, Gen Z. Because 'cause I'm like I don't know, I think my age or my years as Zillennial, but I think I'm more of a millennial than a Z. You you listen to the radio every day. I mean, the radio is great. I just have my Spotify. I was born in 1994, so I remember a lot of things. I had a Walkman, I had my Britney Spears tapes, I saw NSYNC, I saw Backstreet Boys, and then I had my Rockin' CD collection. I saw Revenge of the Sith in the theaters. Yeah, and I had an older sister. She was 2 years older than me, so I feel like I was definitely like I know a lot of like the pop punk bands from the early 2000s and stuff like that. So, yeah, however you spell it. I always spelled it the first way too, I'm not gonna lie. Um, but it's just funny. It's funny. I had a I had an intern this summer and I'm awesome to work with. Thanks. I miss our theater directing days. I talk about you sometimes with people. I'm like, my theater Disney mom is Patty. Um, it was a blast. That was a fun time. But I had a 20-year-old intern. He just turned 20 this summer. Supposed to be the little heart. Oh, 81 to 80 to 96. That makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um, and he was like, "Well, what kind of music do you like?" And I was naming off bands, and I was like, "I was cool. These bands were not popular back in like when I was in high school." I'm like, nobody knew who these bands were, and now they're like mainstream, and it makes me so mad. And I was like, I was cool. I knew the cool music. Um, Mumford and Sons when they were new. Oh my goodness, what else? He didn't know who Simple Plan was at all, and it made me really sad. I was like, "You don't know who Simple Plan is?" And then I played I'm Just a Kid and Life is a Nightmare, and he's like, "Oh, I know that from TikTok." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness." Who else did he not know? Oh gosh, there was one band that I was like, "How did you not know?" Um, I had a pretty diverse love for music. My dad's favorite band is Rush, like the old rock band. So I saw Rush like I think I total of like 7 times growing up, which I loved. R.I.P. Neil Peart. Still sad, but oh gosh, what was the other band? I can't think of the other band that I like love. Oh, Fun. The young ones want you to take them. My son likes art music, seven classic rock, and I have no idea who Simple Plan is, but I'm old. I do know who Joey Fatone is. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's right. He said something. He's like, I know them from. Oh, what was the band? I can't remember what band it was, but I was like, "Uh, what is happening? Like the Jonas Brothers tour. Like Jonas Brothers for sure. Like my like NSYNC was probably. I mean, I was pretty young to like NSYNC, but the Jonas Brothers was, and my sister was like obsessed, and we knew them before they went on Disney. So we knew them when they were like really little. Like she was like an original like street team fan member. No, this will be the first Jonas Brothers concert I'm not going with my sister because just flying out here is really hard. So that's gonna be really strange. Awesome. Have a good dinner. Have so much fun down here if I don't get to talk to you guys again. But if you need any help, please send me a DM or you want to meet up. But thank you so much for logging on. I appreciate the conversation. You rock. And I'll post more TikToks, I promise. I'll be on TikTok more often. But no, she's not going to Jonas Brothers with me, and it's weird. Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure DM you guys. But yeah, and they're playing all their albums. Just wait till you're my age at our recent theater camp. I'd say things about my music and such, and it was crickets. That's how I wasn't the intern. I'd make jokes, and then I'd have to explain the jokes, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel really old. And then he'd be like, oh, he's like, I really love Fleetwood Mac, and I was like, what? Like, what is that? Like the randomest bands. Like Fleetwood Mac is great, but I was like, why does your generation love Fleetwood Mac so much? Like they're amazing, so I get it, but I'm just like, that's so weird. Like the different bands that like transcend generations, and I'm like, that's crazy. I'll make like an old rap joke or like hip hop joke. And I like love old hip hop, but I like made fun of it a ton because I'm like the whitest white girl ever. They were 17 and 19. Wow. Wow. But I'll make jokes and like it is cricket. It's weird. I get that now. Like I was like, bro, you're making me feel old. And he just laughed. And I was like, dude. I am the youngest on my work staff still. And then my intern obviously was younger than me, but but no, it's funny. I made like a Boy Meets World joke and it just went right over my intern's head. And I was like, so I was like, Fine, and I was like laughing and he just was like, what are you saying? And I was like, well, a joke, but you don't get it. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. It's very funny. You know that reference? That's good. Boy Meets World should transcend generations, let's be honest. It's a solid show. Yes, right? Thank you. Thank you for understanding. No, it's funny. It's a fun show, and I liked Girl Meets World. It was pretty cute. It wasn't as good as the original, but it was pretty cute for like a reboot of the show. I like that they had a lot of the original cast. It was really cool. It was really cute. But no, and I'll make like Powerline coming back to Disney full force was for sure the millennials doing. We like screamed into like the void, and Disney was like, "What? You like Powerline? We'll reboot that and like we'll bring out merch again." And I'm like, if Disney really capitalized on everyone's love for the Goofy movie and Powerline, they would make a ton of money. Like that pink, I don't know if you guys remember in the video, I was trying to find that pink Powerline shirt that I found at Epcot that one time. They were out of my size, and I have not been able to find it since. It has been sold out everywhere. I don't even think I looked on Shop Disney, didn't see it. I have been looking for that shirt ever since, and I wish I would have bought the large. It would have been a little roomier, but it was such a cute. It was pink. It was so cute, and I'm like, you guys need to, yeah. The nostalgia factor is real. Y'all can make some real money off of this. But they're starting to get it. But I'm like my Powerline backpack is my favorite. I love it so much. But yeah, stuff like that. I'm like, younger people are like, why do you love the Goofy movie so much? I was like, I don't know. I just love it. Okay. It's just so good. It's just so wholesome and so good. Kimmy, when we were at Epcot, we were in line for the Frozen ride. She's like, I've never seen Frozen. And I was like, how are you one of my best friends and you've never seen Frozen? I was like, you know there's Frozen 2 and everything? And she's like, yeah, like I kind of know about it, but I've never seen it. And I was like, you've never seen Frozen? So yeah, thank you, Patty. I freaked out. I was like, excuse you? Again, how do you know me? And you've never seen Frozen? I don't get it. I failed. I failed as your friend. I have failed. I have failed my Disney community that you've never seen Frozen. But we went home and like the next day we watched Frozen. She was like, I loved it so much. Like it's so cute. Olaf is the best. And I was like, yes. Yes, and then I told her, I was like, "You have to watch Frozen 2 because I really like Frozen 2." Love the music, the power ballad from Kristoff, fantastic. Olaf is adorable. I really liked Frozen 2, and I was like, "You should watch Frozen 2," and so she needs to watch Frozen 2. I don't know if she has yet, but I'm like, "You need to watch Frozen 2." If she stayed longer, we would have watched Frozen 2, but she, like, loved Frozen. I was like, "It's good." She's like, "Wow, that was really good because it was super hyped up, um, for a while, like, I mean, it was so popular, so she was like, "Oh, I think, like, it's a little kid movie," and she's like, "No, this is, like, for adults." I was like, "It's for everybody." Like, that's why it was such a popular movie and still is. I love Frozen. It's one of my top Disney movies. Frozen 2 rocks, yeah. Yeah, Oliver& and Co. That's another sleeper movie. People don't really like, remember that movie. It's so good. It's so cute. Um, I got so many compliments. I finally wore my, I think it was my Epcot video. I wore my Princess Eras Tour shirt that I got from, Fittings Co. online. I finally wore it. I don't know, I just didn't wear it. I got so many compliments on it. It was awesome. So if you want that shirt, it's pretty cool. But I love finding shirts that are, like, offbeat like that. They just need to, I don't know, they need to tap into their, like, yeah, that's a good Oliver& and Co. That's a great movie. Also love, Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Like, they have, and DuckTales, like, they just rebooted DuckTales a couple years ago. I think it was for Disney Plus. Adorable. And I know they have, like, Darkwing Duck. He comes out, and I think you can meet Chip and Dale in their Rescue Rangers outfit. Um, um, they used to Animal Kingdom. I don't know anymore. The rescuers, yeah, for sure. But that's why I love Etsy is because you can find a lot of stuff that Disney just doesn't make, and I'm like, y'all should make this. It'd be awesome. No, I love all the cool merch. Shout out to everybody on Etsy and stuff because cute stuff. Cute stuff on Etsy. That's where I got my Boo to You shirt. It's like a little crop top with a little Boo to You and has a little. I just loved how like simple it was. I think I've worn it like 4 years now. It's like my only Halloween shirt that I own. That's Disney. um, I know so many good movies that I feel like some of the younger generation just isn't watching and they should, or maybe it doesn't hit them like it does us. And maybe it's the nostalgia factor, but I don't know. I'm like, these movies like shaped my childhood. Like I feel like watching like the Little Mermaid show was like a fever dream. I swear. I'm like, oh my gosh, there was a show. It was on like Disney Channel, or like the anime. I don't know. It was weird. I'm like, oh yeah, like the Little Mermaid show. That's so strange. I'm like, my goodness, like so weird. So weird. So much stuff is like iCarly. I'm watching the new seasons on Paramount Plus. It's just I don't know. It's so funny. Everything they're trying to bring back. Honestly, it's working though. Really, Bambi. I think Lion King was my first Disney movie when I was little. Cause yeah, Lion King came out. When did Lion King come out? Let me look. Lion King came out June 24th, 1994. So yeah, I think that was like one of the first movies I saw. I know. But Bambi's so good. Bambi's great. Um, but yeah, I think my parents, it was like in the theater like a couple years or like the year after they like re-put it in the theater or whatever. Also, I remember when Lion King 1.5 came out. Everybody sleeps on Lion King 1.5. That's another thing that my intern was like, "What? Lion King 1.5?" And I was like, "Bruh, it's the best. It's hilarious. Timon and Pumbaa are amazing." um, yeah, another thing that I'm like, you just gotta yeah. I should make a video about all this. Even what? Played Bambi's mother. Oh, little tiny Patty. Oh, that's adorable. That's so cute. I played Elmo in a weird play in uh oh, you're fine. Um it was such a weird play thingy in yeah. this? Aristocats, another one people sleep on. Such a good show. Such a good show. Such a good movie. Whatever. It's so good. Again, these are things that I'm like, people. They are making a lot more merch for Aristocats, though. I've seen that. A lot of it went to the outlet, so I don't think it did well. But I feel like a lot of stuff goes to the outlets because they just make a ton, which is fine. Yeah, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. What? Trying to think of other things. Oh, cute. Again, people need to make more lines with Thomas O'Malley. I love it. Powerline. I don't know. I love Powerline. Um, I bought one shirt. It was when we were still in Washington, and it was Powerline. It's the Powerline shirt that I have. Um, and I saw it, and I literally was like, I have to buy this, and I'm glad I did because they haven't really come out with such like I love that shirt. It's so cute. And I haven't seen one like it. And my friend from work, he's like, "Where'd you get your Powerline shirt?" And I was like, "It was at Disney, but it was like it sold out in like a day." Posting it on the site. So I'm like, you guys, capitalize on this. We want it. We want it. We want it. Deliver it. Please. We will happily buy it. But no, it's interesting. I feel like they just announced something and I can't remember. What? Am I too young to know what that is? Page Master? I don't know. I don't think it was, but maybe Patty would remember. Page Master. I don't know what that is. I remember Inspector Gadget. um and Animaniacs. I remember that. That's how I learned the United or the countries. Is it the countries? Oh, it had Macaulay Culkin in it? No, I don't think he really did anything Disney, so that would make sense if it was Warner Brothers. I don't know. I never heard of that. That's funny. That's funny. I always forget that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was also Disney, which I think is funny because they used to have a part in they had like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids like play area in old Hollywood studios. I think in MGM studios when it was still MGM. They took it out, I think, to make room for like Toy Story and Star Wars Land. I don't know. Flubber. I saw a couple Flubber shirts in the outlet. I almost bought one, but I didn't. I forgot to unless I went and saw the 3D show. Oh yeah, I forgot the 3D show as a kid. I remember that. I remember that. I do remember that. The dog would like get you wet and it would like get you wet. I remember that. Also, It's Tough to Be a Bug. The show should just be banned from all Disney parks. Although it was the funniest thing. Besides me and the Jonas Brothers, that was the funniest time for my sister because she's terrified of bugs. And if you've been in that, you know they like drop spiders from the ceilings. They like have them like walk out underneath you. Absolutely scared her half to death. She was screaming. It was as a little sister, it was amazing. Sorry, sis, but that was hilarious. I mean, I was terrified too, but she was for sure more terrified. Yeah, she was scarred for sure, scarred for life till this day. It's Tough to Be a Bug. It's still here. It's at Animal Kingdom, and I will not go experience it again. So if you come here, it's still here. I did love A Bug's Life. I do miss A Bug's Land, the Bug's Land area that's now the Avengers campus, which the Avengers campus is cute. But I loved uh Bug's Land. It was so cute. The little Heimlich choo-choo train that brought you around. So cute. So it was really, I mean, it was cute. And then because the Tower of Terror was so big, when you looked at it, it was like you were a bug. And that was like, the perspective that the Imagineers wanted. And I was like, that's really cute. It was so cute. I do miss it. I mean, I think Avengers Campus is really cool. And I get, Disney's ever changing, blah, 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 blah. But it was cute. Really? You got Dot. I always either got, I swear, like Simba or Belle. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, Belle." But I got Simba a ton too, so that was interesting. And Belle's library or Beast, whatever. I think it's called, I don't know. The library. I always think it's Belle's, but I think it's Beast's library, but it is Belle's library. I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. They don't have cool stuff like that here. That's what makes me sad too. Like the little stuff at Disneyland that they have like that is so cool. And they don't have stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, it's awesome. But yeah, that's such a cute room. I love. And then they closed Ursula's Grotto, which was the next room over from the library. And it's been, I mean, I don't know if it's open now, but it's been closed for a couple years. And that was so cool because you could like sing or act out different or like speak different parts and then put it into that scene. And it was so fun. And it's been closed down for a while. And I'm like, I mean, maybe it's open back up because I haven't been to Disneyland since like 2021. But yeah, I was super sad because it was just like a fun, you got through the sorcerer's area and then you went to the library and then you go to Ursula's Grotto or whatever, and it was so cool. But then they took it out and I was like, or they closed it. I really think they closed it. And I was like, just those little things is such cool little things um come across at like Disney and stuff. So it was weird. Um no, but that's yeah. Walking down memory lane here, it's crazy. I mean, I know I'm not old by any means, but sometimes I feel old. Like to be like, this song came out 15 years ago, and I'm like, excuse you? Come again? 15 years ago? What? Yeah. So that sometimes that makes me feel old. Or whenever I say, oh, like Joey Fatone, and like we were waiting in line, and people would have walked by and they'd be like, what band is here tonight? We were like, Joey Fatone. And they're like, we don't know who that is. And I was like, In Sync. And they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, 30 was. It's true. It's true. Or when I talk to kids and I say In Sync, they're like, "Who's In Sync?" And I was like, "Justin Timberlake, In Sync." And they're like, "What? He was in a band?" And I was like, I'm like, "Stop." Yeah, they still have ear hats. They're not as popular as they used to be, but they do still have like for sure the classic like black Mickey ear hats. I saw them at Disney World. They have a few. They have actually come out with a few new designs for their hats, which is kind of crazy. I thought they would for sure just I mean, the headband ears for sure popped off. Like they've done a lot. Um but yeah, the hat ears, I'm pretty sure you could still get embroidered too at a few locations. I know they got rid of a few of them, but there's definitely I think still options that you can get embroidered. So, um, yeah, I still have my first pair from Disney as well. It's like a little pink pair, and it says Brittany in gold lettering, and like it's kind of getting lighter. Which I was like, why don't you get in black lettering? Because it was whatever. My parents love them, but think these things through. But it's like so tiny and it's so fragile. So I keep it on like my little shelf because I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna last. It's like really fragile now. Yes, yeah. You also get ear hats when you go through traditions for free when you're a cast member. So that's like you get your name tag and just classic Mickey ear hats, which is such a sweet touch. I really was like, what? This is awesome. So that's how I have my Disneyland or Disney World. Sorry, my Disney World ear hat is going through training at Traditions, which is like the first initial training you go through when everybody goes through Traditions. It's like kind of um, a history lesson of the part of the company, and then they show you everything, and it's just they do like a big briefing of like the Disney company. um it's a lot of information, but it's really fun to learn about. Like it's I mean it's Disney, they own a lot of things and I didn't know that. And then we were sitting in the class and I was like, oh my goodness, it's Disney. You went through Traditions for the Disney store, or like a big training like that? I don't know if it was called Traditions back then. That's cool though. What? That's cool. That's cool. I'm like, you really didn't work for Disney unless you went through tradition. So it's cool that anywhere in the Disney company you go through traditions, and that's really cool. The secret handshake. What? It's required for every cast member. I guess yeah, this Disney stores you're a cast member. I forget about that because they don't have many of them anymore. I mean, they have them, but I feel like they're not as popular as they used to be. They're not as cool. They're not as decorated as they used to be. Let's put it that way. Um, yeah, all the little nuances you learn working for the Disney company is kind of crazy. But it's a you learn a lot. Let's put it that way. You learn a ton. But it's good. No, I remember I loved going into the Disney store at the mall. Yes, the big plushy walls were, like, my favorite, and then they'd have, like, a big mound of them. Yeah, the mountain. You still have the that's so cool. That's really cool. But no, yeah, the mountain of stuffed animals, and I wanted all of them. And I mean, I have a lot of stuffed animals now. Now that I'm an adult, I buy my own stuffed animals. Adulting. Um, but yeah, I remember the stuffed animals. Good times. Wow. I'm just now, like, unlocking those memories in my brain, which is kinda crazy. Um, but no, that was fun. I think the one at the South Hill Mall had, like, Aladdin and Jasmine flying or something like that. They had a bunch of characters, if I remember rightly, um, or something like that, I remember. But that was cute. Patty, the Mountain of Plushes was a pain to keep up. You know what? We made great memories in that, so you should be happy. All your painstaking moments of putting the plushies back in that mountain, it paid off for all of us millennials out there. So pat yourself on the back. You did? You were in Washington? Yeah, I do remember the stars, the dark blue, because I think we had like a sorcerer hat or something, and the stuffed animal mountain. Yeah, I can't remember the characters. Um, but that's funny, Patty. That's cool. It's good times, good memories. Little Brittany. I remember where it was in the mall too. I think last time I went, I was like, that used to be the Disney store, not the Disney store anymore. Now the only one is in Bellevue, which is pretty cute. It has like a castle thingy in it. It's cute, but it's not as cute. Let's be honest. Late 90s. I mean, I was little, but I don't know. We probably went with my parents and my sister. That's funny. That is funny. Oh, goodness gracious. I bet too. The world knew that one day we would be Disney family, I swear. That is so funny. That is funny. Yes, yes, correct. Correct. Yeah. That's hilarious. Oh, that's awesome. That is so funny. Oh my gosh, I've been out here for almost 2 hours. No wonder I'm yawning. It's 9:23 here. Oh, look at that. I'm not crying. I'm yawning. Glad I stayed on though. I can talk to Patty. You finally made it. I'm gonna start moving them to 8 o'clock. Just because I feel like a lot more people are able to get on at 8 o'clock. And sometimes I'm doing stuff and then I don't make dinner in time and then I'm like starving when I go off my live stream. So I'm kind of pushing them back a little later so maybe y'all can join me more. So we'll get there. I'm figuring it all out. If I can even live stream. But like, oh my goodness. I heard a ding. Go away. All right. I think that yawn reads me too. Thank you guys for coming to my stream. 2 hours went by and I didn't even like realize it, which is fantastic. This is why I love these things. I love talking to you guys. Some people I know, some people I'm getting to know, some people I don't know. But I'm happy you guys all joined me. Yeah, Yeah, I had a long we were in St. Augustine today and it was hot, so I'm definitely like the sun tuckered me out. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, interacting with my content and just being here. Um hopefully I should be on next week. I'm probably around 8 o'clock. So look out for the stream and you'll get a video Wednesday. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And again, thank you so much for chatting with me today. But yeah, have a great rest of your night. And again, a great rest of your week. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Kia. Bye.